Hello, class. Thank you for attending this lecture. This is second week of Patterns and Recognition. My name is Dr. Hongyu Xiao, and we've been working together for a week, and I hope you have enjoyed the course so far. And this is going to be a relatively short session because we have done most of the bookkeeping last week. And week 2 and week 3, we are just going to go over the activities very quickly. And in week 4, we will wrap up the course, which may result in a longer session. Week 2 activities, they're very symmetrical. They're almost identical every week. You have the instructor's lecture, which is where we are right now, and you have your textbook reading assignments. You have some articles to read, a little bit of videos to watch, and then discussion and project. For this week, please read 3 chapters, chapter 4, 5, and 6. And it gives you 3 different scenarios of signal and noises of what you see may not be what is actually happening. So please read these 3 chapters. They're very fun to read. They're not technical at all. And I quite enjoyed it. And I hope you like the reading so far. Activity 2.3, articles to read, is pretty significant this week. So you may want to read these articles as early as you can. This is a list on my side. It's constantly changing. So, please check your activity for the latest posting. But this is what it should look like every week. More videos from the previous page. So last week we have a relatively short list. This week we have a little bit longer list. So you do want to allocate the time to see them. They will help you in coming up with the production that we want in the caliber that we are expecting. So discussion post. This is an easy one if you are an established social media user. So basically, it's just like week 1. You have to go to a designated site. In this case, it's Wolfram Alpha, and this is what it looks like. So if you were to click on this particular site, this is what you will see. Now, this is just for Facebook. If you have a Facebook account and you have active engagement in Facebook, this is relatively easy for you. All you have to do is go to this site and enter your information and get a report. So it will give you a summary of your network, and 2, you will share with us a screen capture of your word cloud, and then you would describe your network similar to last week. If you don't have a Facebook account, you can set one up but you're probably not going to have too much to discuss because you don't really sort of have a history. So if there's another media that you use which somehow you can show activities, by all means feel free to switch it, because I know that you cannot be a full Facebook user overnight and come up with something good to discuss. An example would be, let's say, if you uh, are a Google user and you have a Google website, and hopefully you've been tracking Google Analytics, you can use that as well. I don't know if you have any access to any other social media accounts, but as long as you can offer some type of analysis, I will accept it. But we hope to see your Facebook account activity, and hopefully you're a Facebook user. We're not interested in getting to know your Facebook information, so you don't need to show us how you set up your Facebook or what your actual listings are in your account. We're not going to be your Facebook friends. What we are interested is, given any network that you have access to, and we use social network because we assume that that is the easiest access that most people have. But you may have, work-related activities. You may do other work that will allow you to have some type of statistics on your network activities. What we want to see is that you can use some type of tools to come up with patterns and analysis. And you will have to tell us, recognize what the patterns are, and share it with the class. So that's your discussion for the week. Your second post is you will comment on the postings of your classmates. And again, you have to use the RICE model. You have to show some insight. You have to share with the class new things or a different angle or your research. In the rare chance that you choose not to use a tool out there to do your analytics, you can create your own analytics. So meaning that, let's say if you have Facebook and there are lots of tools out there, and you decided to do that, that's good. If you have something else and you find another tool that can give you network activities, that's fun as well. Share us the screen capture, share us the pattern results. If you say have a work-related network, that's very interesting, and then obviously there's not going to be any third-party commercial analytics tool that you can use for something that is proprietary. Now in that case, you can probably come up with your own analysis, things that you want us to see. It's probably a lot more elbow grease than if you have a social network tool, such as this one that we're presenting. It would save you a lot of time. The type of activity or the type of analysis that you should present to the class, if you're doing a proprietary, go to any one of these computational sites and see what they're offering. And I would recommend that you use something existing for the sake of time. So that's your discussion post for this week. You are to have access to some type of social network, and then use a tool of your choice. If you don't want to use this, feel free to use another one, and do a comparison of the websites on the basis of your account, and share that with the class. Lots of screen captures, lots of analysis. If you just give us the screen capture, we may not know where you're going. So please give us some insight. Week 2 projects, it's pretty straightforward. It's not related to week 1, so it's a clean slate. And this week, everybody's doing restaurant analysis. You cannot substitute anything else, only because this is very readily accessible. And no one should be able to tell us that, we're not interested in RMN, or I don't have a Facebook account. Everybody should have ready access to restaurant trends, so everybody's doing restaurant trends this week, no substitution. There are a lot of restaurant statistics systems out there. Feel free to use whichever one that caters to your choice. I give you one source, QSR, and this is what it looks like. And this is the actual site. You can actually type it in and you'll end up with lots of links to various sites that has to do with QSR. But I give you the main website just so you get an idea. This magazine tracks the leading QSRs and ranks them. And the ranking, whichever system that you choose to use, you want something that offers you ranking, right? So hopefully you choose to stay with QSR, but if you find other supporting sites that can give you better analysis, by all means use it. You only have to stay with restaurant trends. You're not tied in to your analytical tools. So the role play. The role play is a client comes to you because you're a wizard, and they know you're good in pattern recognition, and they are asking you to help them in investing in certain restaurant chains, and they want to see what your insight is. What do you recommend? What do you not? So they want you to do analysis, and you want to do that using your pattern recognition skills. So you said to them, I'm gonna spend some time and I'm gonna get back to you. And what you're gonna get back to them is pattern recognition marketing analysis. So you want to know which chains are on their way up, which one are going down, what franchise they are, and you want to make a recommendation. You may want to, based on your analysis of patterns of these trends, decide which regions are the best, which territories are the best, and make a recommendation based on your analysis. Okay, so these are some recommendations. Which trend do you see by segment, which segments are moving and how. So based on that, and based on your scenario of your client, you can give us some role play there, and you can recommend the type of franchise, the best place to open up a new restaurant. And then you want to go back to your client in good time, in this case by Sunday night, and then make a recommendation on what chains they should open up, what region, what segments, what they should concentrate on, and why not, and the results of your pattern recognition analysis. And the goal is to convince them to accept your proposal, and you may be retained as a consultant or even better as a potential partner to open up a restaurant. And so, you don't want to spend the 7 days and say, okay, open up a Subway chain here in Florida or wherever you are. And I think, it's a good thing. There's lots of restaurants here and lots of tourists. Those are not good enough. We want to see that you have done some analysis for pattern and recognition. And feel free to use whichever web tools that you can find to support your ideas. So here's your main source, not your main source for data, but your main source for maybe ranking, your main source for what restaurants is about. There are lots and lots of related sites. This is another one, QSR 50. It's a very long list here. It actually gives you the different franchise. You don't have to stay with franchise. You can do Chinese restaurants, Italian restaurants, but this gives you a good analysis of a long list of known franchise, and it's probably a good place, an easy place to start. Okay, and if you search on the internet, there are lots and lots. You do not have to stay with these, but this gives you a good idea of what is considered easy work. There are also lots of statistics. I found another site for National Restaurant Association. Some of the data are not free, so you probably want to look for data that are free. There are restaurant association out there, many different associations, and the data are not free. But suffice to say, there are plenty of small business commerce that offers free data for you to do your analysis in to recognize the pattern. So deliverable is the same thing as last week. We want to see an audio production file, about 15 minutes long, professionally prepared, 20 slides in analysis. Again, it has to be analytical based, so you will have to provide me with an Excel on your data analysis. Any optional supporting files. And so far, it's gonna be very symmetrical every week. You do some research, you read the textbook. That will give you an idea of what type of writings you should come up with, and what type of preparation you should prepare. So a good hint of a good production is to look at the examples of the book, the example of the videos, and come up with something similar. So, if you read the chapters, and let's say if you have to give a video production of the chapters, how would you make bullet points, and how would you present an interesting case? And the goal of these audios is to help you prepare a very good professional presentation that hopefully in the future you can take the skills to your employer or your potential clients. Okay, so make them very professional, very business oriented, and lots of cool graphics. Your Excel spreadsheet, I don't want to see your spreadsheet and all your work, your leg work, your elbow grease, propped right into the production. I have students who do that, and they're basically showing the work process of how they come up with the homework every month, every week. We don't really want to do that. If we want to do that, you might as well just submit your spreadsheet. Okay, so your spreadsheet should show your data analysis, how you come up with the visualizations that you present in your audio. Your audio should be, your audio production should be summary of your business presentation, and the visualization in your audio are produced by your Excel. You cannot go to the website and just borrow someone else's and use that as your own. You're supposed to create your own analysis visualization. So students who are not getting very good grades on their video production, chances are showing me their work process in their spreadsheet. They go to their spreadsheet, they start cutting and pasting, and they just flop it in their presentation. And a very weak story plot. A good audio, you do your story plot. You may give us an optional document to tell us what your story plot is, so that we can prepare ourselves psychologically. So you may have a story plot for your client is so and so, and the goal is so and so, and you hopefully you set up your story plot to work in your benefit. Your story plot, your client or your working company can also be your capstone. So this could potentially be a snapshot presentation for your capstone if you so want. Give us in your video, give us a snapshot of what your role play is, what your story plot is. Give us a little cinematics. And last week we have presentations that doesn't give us an introduction in the beginning slides, and I'm not sure where things are going and what the purpose of the analysis is. So you may do very good analysis, but it's so obscure that we don't know where you're going. So give us a beginning intro, set the platform, set the setting, do a little bit of role play, and then go in and tell us how you go about doing it, and combine your reading and research in very meaningful bulleted slides, and insert recognition visualization patterns that you have done in your Excel. So give us a very coherent presentation, and use your audio to explain what it is that you're trying to do. Again, same conclusion. Spend time on your video production. You don't want to do all your research, and come Sunday night you don't have time to tweak your presentation, and it's put together undermining your effort and not doing you justice. Okay, so please spend time on your video production. I have students who have presentation that are completely text driven. There's not much of a slide. It's more like the word processing file cut and paste onto different page. Okay, I don't really want to read an article on your slides, so it's not 20 slides of reading for me. I want a real presentation. Your engagement, it has to be fun. Make it as flashy as possible. So don't give me 20 pages of reading, and then you just read off the slides to me. Okay, I have a presentation with no visualization. I have presentations that are basically an introduction to all the links that they have been visiting the week. Okay, no analysis, no conclusion. They see a flashy site, they put it in their website. Okay, so that's not going to get you very good grade. Your good grade has to show that you have read, you have studied the videos, you have studied the industry in this week. It's the restaurant, and you have looked at what pattern recognition tools out there that you can use. You have shown that you have gathered some meaningful data for that industry, and then you have go to Excel and use some of the business analytical algorithms on your data. You have generated advanced graphs and visualization. Sometimes people just give me pies and bars and lines, and they give it to me in the same setting every week. Use advanced graphs, use dashboards, use KPI, use financial analysis. Give me a very powerful presentation, and that will that will earn a good grade. So I've seen some very interesting presentations. I have seen students who basically do me a commercial pitch, which is very nice. They give me a very interesting story plot. They tell me who their clients are, and they give me a very good geographical allocation, recognizing the pattern, and based on the pattern, they say we're going to concentrate on this area, so and so, what and what, and then they drill down to those areas, and they give us a competitor analysis. They give us a cost analysis of how much it takes to set up the particular chain, and so on and so forth. And they give a conclusion, and they based on their analysis, they give us a timeline of how long it takes to develop that procedure. So that would be a very good from beginning to end, something that one could take to present it to your client. So that's some food for thought. And again, start early. Start gathering some data on restaurants of your choice. And it doesn't have to be a national chain, although it could be a little bit easy. If you are doing your capstone, and you can somehow factor this in, but it's probably a long shot, because unless your capstone is food related, it's probably not going to work. However, let's say if your if your capstone project is on food retail, say Publix, and you do want to provide to restaurants or Whole Food, I don't know if you can pull them together, but you don't have to. But for this week, your project has to be on restaurant related trends. You can't deviate from that. Okay, so good luck, enjoy working on it, and I look forward to your wonderful presentation. And goodbye.